Hello everyone, I'm Leah Torbert with Harrington Strategic Partners, and today is the final portion of our bookshelf review for Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman and Mark C. Winters. So far this week we have talked about the two integral roles, the visionary and the integrator. We have talked about the pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses of both roles, and we have discussed how the organization should be set up from a functional role standpoint and responsibility standpoint. That way the visionary and the integrator understand who's responsible for what, and then that is communicated out into the organization. So today, for our final portion of this, I want to talk about the 5 rules for getting the most out of your visionary integrator relationship. Now, those 5 rules, number 1 is stay on the same page. So the visionary, is constantly thinking of new ideas, always thinking about what's coming next. The integrator is, more concerned on the day-to-day, making sure everything gets done, everyone's being held accountable for their job. So those 2 roles are very different, and sometimes the visionary is moving a lot faster than the integrator can keep up with. So what they recommend is that you have a same page meeting every month where the 2 of you talk out all the different things that are going on. You update each other. Any kind of issues that have come up, you walk through and determine how they're going to be handled, and then you can move forward. Having this meeting on a monthly basis makes sure that both of you understand what's going on, and you can present a united front to the organization. Rule number 2 is no end runs. So a lot of times, just with children, like if mommy doesn't tell you the answer you want, you go talk to daddy. You see that a lot in organizations as well. So there may be something that they just know you're not going to agree with them on, so they might talk to the visionary versus the integrator. It's usually the visionary that they go to. It just happens naturally because the organization started where the visionary was making all the decisions, and now the integrator has come in. So it's they're just normally going to go to the visionary and see what they can get there. So just to make sure that in the event that it does happen, that okay, yes, we have this issue, that's great, but we need to go get the person that's actually responsible for handling that involved to get it taken care of. Rule number 3, the integrator is the tiebreaker. In the event that the leadership team has come to an impasse and they can't come to an agreement on how they're going to move forward on a particular item, the integrator is the one that makes the final decision. Leading by committee and trying to get a consensus vote for every single thing is very hard to do and can cause a lot of problems. So in the event that an agreement can't be made, the integrator decides which way it's going to go, because they have ultimate responsibility for the day-to-day running of the company and are much more familiar with the details of how everything is done. Rule number 4, you are an employee when working in the business. So whether you're the visionary owner or the integrator owner or partner, or in some instances you're both if your company is small enough, you have a couple of different roles in your company. You have a role as the owner, and then you have a role as an employee in your business. And what they do a great job in the book of separating those 2 roles. When you're an employee in the business, you have a different set of accountability and roles and responsibilities than you do as the owner. So when you are working in your business, maybe you are the sales manager or the accounting manager or whatever other position you might be in, you ultimately report to whoever's in charge of that role, which would be the integrator in most instances, according to the accountability chart we talked about last week, to be able to make sure that you're being held accountable for what you're supposed to be doing, instead of just overriding the system that you guys have spent so much time setting up because it's just not convenient for you to do it that way. You have to be held accountable for what you've agreed to do as well, on top of what your employees and everyone else is doing. The 5th rule is maintain mutual respect. Having a visionary integrator relationship can be an amazing thing, but it's also very stressful for both people. You're completely opposites of each other. So sometimes you may not agree with how that person is doing something, but you have to respect their authority. You have to respect and trust their ability to do what they've been assigned and to do, and what both of you have agreed to do. And whenever there's an issue, really make sure that you maintain that level of respect and honesty and trust, because the other people in the organization are going to be able to tell whether it's real or whether you're faking it. Everybody knows if you guys are fighting, how you're feeling that day. You may not think that people can pick up on that, but they can. Those kinds of emotions can really get out of control, especially in small organizations, very quickly. People feed off of the negative or the positive energy. So if you guys aren't getting along and you're not respecting each other, that's just going to cause additional problems throughout the organization. Now, there is a ton more information in this book. In just the short videos I've done this week, it's impossible to cover everything. I definitely recommend that you guys get out there, take the integrator and visionary tests. You probably know who you are already just by watching these videos, but take the test to make sure, get the book, and really take some time to learn the ins and outs of both roles, and see if you can get your other team members on board. If you're the integrator or the visionary, have them take it as well, and really take some time to understand how you can take these tips and tricks and this structure to really help reorganize your business and get things moving forward. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what Harrington Strategic Partners does, you can check out my website. It's harringtonstrategicpartners.com. You can follow me out on social. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. If you have any questions about the integrator visionary roles, anything that's going on in your business that maybe you just need to talk to someone about, or you're interested in learning more about how we can work together, the kinds of services that I do, we offer a 30-minute consultation. You can go straight to my website. You see my calendar right there. You can pick a spot that's great for you, and then we can talk and see what happens from there. I hope that you've enjoyed these short videos on rocket fuel this week. We will be doing another book next week, and let me see here. It's the Revenue Growth Habit by Alex Goldfein. We're going to talk about some different things that you can do every day in your business to grow your business. So we'll check in next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.